in here, Finland. I heard that, as you told in presentation, the order of language is similar to or related to Korean. So, but you overcome the order of language. Okay. Spoken English, as a spoken English, it is very hard to overcome. So how did you overcome all of things?
Well, and now I talk personally. As my comment on your teaching system, it's my personal opinion. It's nothing official. There is no nothing. There is no official opinion on that, by the way. But when I start, let's say, I had the opportunity to start from zero with the French language. So there, I really emphasize on the pronunciation. We start with that, and I said that you have to practice how to put your mouth, where to put your tongue. By the way, okay. I was thinking about French, and said lung. It's very important that it sounds really genuine. Only then it is English or French or whatever we want to learn. So I personally think that very many politicians in Finland, for instance, they speak rather lousy English, and I think
Lousy English means
not good.
Right.
So they lose something in conveying the message to the other people. So it's a lot easier to discuss if you speak properly. If you have difficulty understanding, the others won't bother listening. I think.
But vocabulary is the same to English. It's similar.
Then similar to what?
Similar to Finnish.
No.
No?
No. So you mean vocabulary similar?
Yeah.
No.
No. The letter is similar. Letter is similar.
Letters are similar, of course.
Okay.
They are similar. Yeah, you had that problem. But otherwise, only we tend to use English words in spoken language. For instance, technical, computer things tend to be English. And young people want to use English words here and there. But we really have to study as hard as you. But I think you still have the writing system, which is different to overcome. But the language in general is so different. In most European languages, you have nouns and articles and so on. We don't have articles at all. And we don't have prepositions. We have the endings to the words. So the language is so different from English and Swedish and French and German that is a challenge. But after you have learned to use prepositions and articles in one language, it's not a big deal to learn another language. Of course, you have to work hard, but the system is similar in those ones. So, but Finnish is really different. It's not in the European language at all as the others are. And some people think that Finnish and Russian have something to do with each other. No way. We have some words, of course, because we live so close together, but just a little bit of vocabulary, as we have vocabulary from Swedish to some extent. But
between compare with Swedish and Danish and Finnish, among of them, who is much better, speak English. What do you think? Compare with...
I don't think I can
American.
compare because Danish and Swedish people have the advantage that their language structure is similar.
Similar, right.
So it's easier for them to learn. But as you have heard, we are rather good. Oh, did you enjoy the classroom situation?
Of course, yes.
What made it, if may I ask you something
Okay.
too? Was there something surprising to you?
I think teacher make them very comfortable to speak English, and don't bother them and to speak or to read or to write to teach grammar. So just assist them to improve, to encourage them. So it is quite impressed because in our situation, teacher just teach and students just listen and studies, but it's not a language, So
So, so you think the students have a bigger role in the classroom
of
situation
course,
here?
of course, yes, yes, it was
And-
quite impressed.
Yeah, and I saw that they were quite outgoing students in that group as well.
Really.
Did they have some pair work there?
Of course.
Okay,
of course.
and
They practice a
you
lot,
learned
yeah.
them to
Yeah.
speak.
So, spoken English is quite good, and you emphasize spoken English, even though in a class, So it was quite, impressive.
And also when we study grammar, we use spoken English. We go through the theory and then they start practicing. And I don't know if it was grammar there or something else, but the other has a grammar book and the other has a key book where the right answers are. So the other one checks and then they change roles and continue with different roles. So they practice orally. So they practice a lot more because it takes time to write everything down. And of course they have written exercises to do at home. But in the classroom situation it goes quickly. They have more practice in that way. And they practice pronunciation at the same time.
You didn't mention exactly 3 of countries who is the most,
I can't.
You can't speak.
I can't.
You can't. But Switzerland and Denmark have.
Switzerland?
No, I'm sorry.
Sweden.
Sweden and Denmark, they have advantage in a structural language.
They have the advantage, but I think the level is about the same in all the countries. So that's why I can't make the difference.
What about Norway?
Very good indeed. Yes, yes. All the Scandinavian countries, I think, about the same level.
About the same level.
The same applies to the Netherlands and Belgium.
All right.
Okay, but then if we go further, so it gets worse and worse. And in southern European countries, it's not very good.
Okay.
Italy,
Yeah.
Spain, Greece, and so on.
Okay, I see. Thanks.
Are there any Korean students in?
Not at this very moment. Last year we had an exchange student from Korea. And he learned English so much. Unfortunately, he couldn't learn so much Finnish because he had to focus on English. But it improved a lot. And 2 weeks ago when he was here, he said that he's so happy that it happened. And he wanted to come back and so on. So he missed his family here
Alright.
and wanted to come to meet me.
아니 없어요.
없다고요?
네, 작년에 한 명 있었는데 그 친구는 이제 졸업해가지고 영어하고 피니시를 되게 많이 배웠다고 하고 감사하다고 와서 뭐 만났고 그렇게 했다고. 그리고 그 친구는